We're going to hear the perspective now of a startup, so I'd like to welcome Dean Jacobs.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dean Jacobs, and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Wibu, a language learning video game startup based in London. We're a team of 15 incredibly passionate linguists, language teachers, and game developers that build video games to learn languages. And I'm very pleased to say that our new game, Ruby Ray, went live on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store last week for English speakers to learn Spanish and Spanish and Portuguese speakers to learn English. And we'll also, thank you. And we'll also be enhancing our ELT offering in a couple of months' time with a version for Japanese speakers, Korean, Mandarin, Cantonese, Russian, Arabic, and French speakers to learn English as well. So I was asked to come here today to speak about learner-centered innovation, how we apply it in the teaching of languages through video games. So I thought that I would give a very quick run through our product history and how we intend to enhance engagement and retention of users in our products by reducing the elements of teacher-centered learning in our products. So I personally fell in love with learning languages when I was about 14 years old. Specifically, it was on a school exchange trip to Madrid. I then went on to study 8 languages at university and then to work for the government as a translator and interpreter for 4 years. It was after this, 3.5 years ago, that I founded Wibu with 3 friends of mine with the aim of modernizing language learning and to make it more relevant and more engaging for the learner. Fast forward 3.5 years, and we now have over 250,000 users of our apps and have been #1 in 20 countries around the world in the App Store education category. Shall I just do it again in some other languages? Censored innovation, everything. Hashtag, has anyone tweeted LC Party? It's trending massively on Twitter today. Right, so we started back in 2013 by producing an app for Spanish speakers to learn English that was very much focused on the issues that Spanish speakers had with English. So we looked at native language interference and we built a gamified language learning product with interactive exercises, the kind of thing that you find in other language learning products, tapping words in the correct order, error recognition, matching up pictures with words and with sentences. And the learning was pretty linear. The language focus for every level was very obviously set by us. And we also provided assessments and we provided grammar explanations, etc., etc. And one thing became almost immediately very, very clear, which was that while there was a huge demand for digital language learning products like this, the actual retention and the length of time that learners actually spent with the product over a long period of time was nowhere near long enough to have any significant impact on their learning. Put simply, despite the superficial reward systems, the points, the badges, the challenges, people were getting bored. The lack of any variety and the lack of any emotional connection was driving them away. It was driving them to play other games in their free time, which were way more fun and way more emotionally engaging. So we asked ourselves the big question, how do we keep learners engaged for a long period of time? And the answer was very simple. It was motivation, but for us specifically, it was enhancing and creating intrinsic motivation. So we started to look at the traits that we wanted to build into Ruby Ray, and we knew that the game had to be motivating, we knew that there had to be clear goals throughout, and we knew that there had to be lots and lots of immediate feedback. But really, really importantly, we knew that it had to be totally free of pressure, it had to be completely contextualized, it had to be incredibly immersive, and it had to be emotionally engaging. It had to be a real video game with a compelling storyline and great characters. Ruby Ray is a 5-hour 3D narrative-based adventure game for mobile and tablet, played entirely in the language you are learning. There are no tests, there are no exercises, there are no grammar lessons, there are no vocabulary lists to learn. It's just pure immersion, pure gaming, and pure fun. And for us, this is incredibly beneficial for one big area of language learning, the enhancement of intrinsic motivation and long-term engagement. See, our mission isn't to promise people that you're going to learn a new language in a couple of months. It's not to prepare you for going on holiday, and it's not to prepare you for tests or exams. Our mission is to motivate young people to learn languages, to keep them engaged year after year after year, and to make them fall in love with language learning, just like I did. Thank you for listening.
Woo!